James.
Hey,
how are you?
Good. How are you?
Nice to meet you.
Welcome.
Thank you very much for the beautiful place. Hello guys, so we are in Western Australia, we're visiting MADInc, and we came talk about different, in terms of the detail elements, different weather between the Europe and Australia, and we talk about these things with Mr. James inside. So come inside, let me show you around. So we are inside in a headquarters, MADInc, and with James. He going to show us around and tell us more about them different processes, different preparation here, and final finish.
Hey everyone, my name's James. I'm the marketing and video production director for MADInc.
Thank you.
We're here with Eric and Alexandra behind the camera from Eric's Auto Styling in the UK. And basically, we're just going to have a bit of a tour.
So, James, show us, please, the first room. What's actually happening here?
Yep. So this is our reception area. This is where people will first arrive and wait if they're here to collect their cars or drop them off. This is where our admin team operates. We have Sarah as our administrator and Alan as our operations manager. And basically, we've designed this space to be really accommodating for automotive enthusiasts. So there's plenty of car-related books to read. There's a racing sim that people can play on as well. There's a few showroom display pieces like our 1973 Honda CB750, which is a beautiful bike. And as well, we have some maintenance products.
What would you recommend in terms of the pH3 balance, like zero acid? Tell us a little bit more.
Yep. Maybe. So these are all of our maintenance products. These are basically available for anyone whose cars that we've protected, that they can use to maintain their vehicles. So everything that they would need to clean the car and maintain it themselves, we have available here. Obviously, there's a pretty wide selection of different products that all have their own unique purposes. But for those who have had their cars protected with us, or for those who are just simply wanting to do it themselves. We have all this available to them. So we have a few things on display.
Nothing bad to be, you should enjoy the success too if you are
absolutely
like really high.
So these
professional.
We have two trophies here. The first one on the right, last year we were the XPEL Fusion Plus dealer of the year. So XPEL is the company that manufactures the PPF that we use, and we were their #1 dealer for Australia last year, which was a really cool achievement. And then the one next to it is from Guion for outstanding marketing, which is really cool.
Amazing. Let's explore some more stuff.
Come through.
Let's go. So what is this section?
This is our showroom space. This is where all of the cars that have either just arrived or have been completed sit ready for collection. One example that I'll talk about, we've just had this Lamborghini Huracan Technica dropped off this morning.
Nice.
This is a car that we have protected in XPEL Stealth paint protection film. That is a matte finish self-healing PPF. This one is back to have a maintenance detail, clean up, inspection, things like that. So we wrapped it a few months ago, and now it's back just to be cleaned up. You can see it's got some tree sap and some bird droppings and
attention to details,
dust all over it. Yep.
I see you got something in a corner like matte PPF.
Yes, this is the same. This is the same film. So
it's just different color.
Yeah. So the XPEL Stealth it's still a transparent film.
Right.
But it has a matte finish. So whatever color the car is underneath, whatever color the factory paint is for the car, it will remain that same color, but it will just have a matte finish. It takes the factory gloss finish of the paintwork and transforms it.
I really like that upper color. Really stand out.
Yep,
stunning.
It makes a car as aggressive as this look very striking. Absolutely. Indeed.
And the next door, we're not going yet in because obviously it's safe environment in terms of we don't want to decontaminate the place or change the humidity inside in terms of the temperature.
Yeah. So these are our paint protection film installation bays. So this is where the PPF gets applied.
Where the magic happening, right?
Yeah, yep. This is where the magic happens.
Obviously, we get to this stage, need to be preparation, right? So you
Yeah.
strip the car, you wash the car,
Yeah.
you do all 9 yards, and then you're applying PPF or your team, sorry.
Yeah. So by the time the vehicles arrive here, they've already been cleaned up, decontaminated, polished, things like that. And this is where the film gets installed. So this is a very controlled environment, as it needs to be, because the Australian climate is very, very harsh.
Brutal.
So brutal indeed. And so this area is temperature controlled year round. It's kept dust free, things like that. That's why it's completely sealed up. Once these doors are closed, they stay closed, things like that. So that these guys are working in an environment that is
and you can
completely
deliver the high quality of the product.
Yep, exactly. We don't want to risk any dust or anything getting underneath the film. And also the way the film behaves can change with the temperature. So keeping it a consistent temperature in here is really important as well. And so that's why this area is such a controlled environment.
Absolutely. Let's see some more. So tell us more, James, what is this exactly area?
So this area, this building just behind us is our detailing bays. We're just standing out here for the moment because it's very noisy in there. But basically, this area is our wash bay where the vehicles get cleaned, decontaminated, de-ionized, clay barred, things like that. And then they come into this section here where they get their paint correction done and things like that. It's regardless of what type of paint protection you're having, whether it's a ceramic coating or PPF, making sure that the cars are prepped correctly.
Preparation is most important, I would say.
Yeah, is really, really important because we want to be applying a protection product to a surface that looks as good as it can.
Showroom condition.
Yeah, so that we're protecting a car that looks as good as it can instead of protecting an imperfect look.
Absolutely.
So that's where all of this happens.
So we got this gorgeous Land Cruiser for multiple washes before polishing. And there you go. Different unit for preparation, decontamination of the vehicles. Basically, there's multiple washes and multiple polishing before PPF, right?
Yep, that's exactly right. So these are our detailing bays. Behind us just here is our wash bay. This is where all of the vehicles get cleaned and decontaminated.
Iron remover, thumb remover,
Yep, iron, clay bar, things like that.
Yeah.
And then they come into this room where we are now, where they'll get paint corrected. Some vehicles need just a single stage or multi-stage paint correction, polishing. Every car needs to be prepped and decontaminated correctly before any protection products get applied, before ceramic coating, before PPF. It needs to happen to every vehicle, regardless of whether it's brand new or used, because all cars have some form of imperfections in the paintwork.
So James, what is interesting for me when I travel to different countries, how actually detailers working in terms of against the weather, and what's the climate like, and how actually the ceramic coating in terms of the bonding, durability, and long last, like when they say 4 to 5 years, and the elements literally, because there's always a certain weather and different climates. So I would say when it's extremely hot weather, everything open up, right? In terms of the lacquer and the pores, is like human skin, I would say. So tell me more in terms of what you gains in terms of weather in Australia, Western Australia.
You're exactly right. The climate in Australia is very, very harsh.
I would say brutal.
Brutal, yes. As you guys are here now, obviously we're in the middle of our summer. It's very warm. Completely different climate to the UK. So probably the biggest things that we see on cars that aren't well maintained or don't have any protection on them is damage that's caused to the paint from the sun, from the UV.
The oxidation.
Exactly. What we see is cars that have spent their life sitting outside, exposed to that direct sunlight their whole life. The paint will just completely break down and deteriorate, and it will crack and it will peel.
Especially in this environment now, the factory is doing, like, I find as detail, 90, 80, 70 microns of the lacquer.
Yeah, you're exactly right. So unfortunately, the problem's only going to get worse. But that's why it's important to have protection products like a ceramic coating or PPF on it. Both ceramic coatings and PPF are UV resistant, and in a climate like Australia where it's very hot, very sunny, then that's really important to have for
But you would go extra step doing that. PPF, would you say it's more interest in Australia with the PPF or ceramic coating, or both?
Interest has definitely increased over time for PPF. The main difference is in the cost. PPF is much, much more expensive than a ceramic coating, just as a material, and also the time and labor required to install it. And so the key performance difference between PPF and ceramic coatings is that PPF is self-healing. It protects the paint from scratches and stone chips and things like that, which is great. But both PPF and a coating are chemically resistant, UV resistant, help to keep the car easier to clean, and things like that. You still obviously need to maintain them properly, wash them regularly, and use correct washing techniques and good products to do that, but they help to make it easier. But yes, the main difference between the two products is in the self-healing nature.
I'd like to know how you trained your technicians, how to keep the consistency in your company in terms of the quality and professionalism.
Yep. So there's two areas where that applies. For paint protection film, obviously we're an XPEL authorized installer, dealer, and so basically there is a standard that XPEL sets for the training, and as an XPEL authorized installer, we are able to basically provide that training for anyone who starts with us and they may not know anything about PPF and things like that. And so everyone is being trained to the same standards. That way the understanding and knowledge and skill set is fairly equal across the board. Obviously everyone will have their own little individual personal techniques for things here and there, but at least the standard is consistent across the board. Yeah.
What would you say if I'm the client who never hear, I'm watching this right now and I never hear about PPF? What actually is it, or what would you compare to? It's like I say in the UK to clients, like it's like clean film, but it's really hard material in terms of durability.
Yeah. So when someone walks in and they have no idea what PPF is, there's a two-part answer. The first part, or the scientific answer, is that the film is an elastomeric polyurethane film.
Amazing.
So that's what it's made of. That's where it gets its self-healing nature from. Basically, anything that causes damage to the film, like a scratch or a stone chip, it resets back to its shape over time using heat.
So it's a molecules.
So things like heat of the sun, which we have plenty of here in Australia, is perfect.
Absolutely,
so that's the scientific answer. But then the more general answer for someone who may have just simply never heard of it before, using something like cling film or glad wrap, we call it in Australia, is a good visualizer to get someone to understand what it is. It's basically you're putting a physical barrier on top of your car that's designed to protect it and keep it clean and be that barrier between the dust and road grime and rock chips and things like that happen to it.
I would like to know, James, what set you apart in terms of the Australian market? What makes you different in Western Australia?
Being the top is definitely what we strive for, and there's a couple of parts to the answer that I'll give you. The first is that the facility we're in, where we are, MADInc as a company, is the first purpose-built detailing studio
Incredible
in Western
place.
Australia. We were the first detailing studio in Perth to operate at this kind of scale, and have a purpose-built facility with the paint protection film bays and detailing bays that are designed to have that type of work completed in it. And so that's one thing. But also on top of that is the team and the values and the culture is really, really important. So basically we hold ourselves to a standard of excellence, and you know, our promise is that you're not going to get a better product or a better service anywhere else, and that extends across the whole range of the business, from the very start of first dealing with the admin team when you make your inquiry, the level of customer service that you get, all the way through the process of your experience with us, and then afterwards and beyond that.
I must say, even for myself, how I find you, you was very welcoming and very warm and really professional.
Yeah.
So if I say for myself, amazing experience.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
So James, thank you very much.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure actually to meet you personally.
Yep.
Really stunning day here in your headquarters.
Yeah,
and
thank you.
what a beautiful place.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
No, that's all right. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.